Guarantee it. Let's get this hour in. We recording?
Yeah.
Testing. All right, we are back. This feels good, yo. Okay, clocking in now.
Welcome to episode 15.
Woo! Look.
We've been out, but that does not mean we are not clocking in for our dreams.
We still at it. Every once in a while on your destination, you're going to have pit stops.
Yeah, you take a couple pit stops.
You know what I'm saying? Tires fly out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fix the tire. You gotta go to the restroom, and to keep it quite simply put, life came in for the both of us in different ways. Mm-hmm. And we had to take care of that first before we get back on our little journey to like our dream and clocking in, which is all right. I mean, I'm glad this is happening because this shows that, at the end of the day, people are still human. We're making it seem like we've been off for like a minute. We still been trying to keep. I know personally, I've been trying to keep up with like the videos. I know Kendall's still been killing it with the editing. Like we still been working. It's just that it hasn't been at the frequency that we usually like banging them out. But we're back. I'm glad to say that. I'm glad to say we're still going. We're 4 months in?
About 4 months in.
Yeah, we still going strong. Like, everything's still going well, and we're still here. I mean, we're still blessed, and we still got another day to, like, actually work towards our dream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But, I mean, consistency is consistency.
Yeah, and that never changes. So, no excuse. However, we just acknowledging what's going on, and we're still pushing forward.
Life is like a bunch of scales. Like, sometimes different priorities outweigh the others.
Yeah.
But like you still got some weight on that scale. And that's just the responsibility you have towards whatever you're going through, whatever you're dealing with. And I mean, the weight never changed for the Richest Clay.
Yeah. I like this. Like, I like the way this works because like I always, when I think of a month, I'll break everything down. So like I have a month, but then I got weeks. My thing is, and every month, you're going to have one terrible week. It's just a given. It's just a given. I don't care what anybody says. You always have one terrible week. You have 1 week where it's really, really good. And then you have 2 about average. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I get like a bad week and I'm like, oh, this was terrible. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. I got my bad week out the way. Let me get into my good week or my average week because I already know this is a bad one. I still got 3 more to make up for. That's how I think a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? In some cases, it may be 2 bad weeks and then 2 good ones or 1 good one, 1 average one. It fluctuates, but for the most part, if y'all have the mindset, which I keep the mindset of like, I'm going to have a bad week in this month, the way I'm going to attack it is just trying to deal with it as best as I can. Because every month is going to give you a bad one. I don't care what anybody say. Every month you're going to have a terrible week. And you're going to be like, oh, you go figure out why you're doing something. Or stuff just went wrong. You got too held up. Like, it's going to be bad. But once you know that, hey, the next week's going to be way better. Or the next week's going to be average. It feels okay. So that's my type of advice I would give to people when you're in a circumstance of like, stuff just going bad or just things is out of whack. Just like know that like next week's gonna be better.
You just always have to look at the positive side of things because it's like, dang, my car just broke down, but there has to be like something like, oh, I'm gonna get it fixed, everything's gonna be okay. Kind of like, like 3-4 weeks ago when you hit your car.
Oh yeah.
And you weren't like, obviously it like takes a little toll and you're like, man, but like you're like, I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. I'm gonna get it fixed. I'm gonna see how much it costs and then we're gonna get it done. I'm gonna keep it pushing.
And even then I'm like, all right, there goes my bad week. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have my car hit. I'm like, well, this is the week. It starts early in the month. You know what I'm saying? These next 3 weeks about to be amazing though. That's how I think about it. You know what I'm saying? And like, you can't dwell in the bad for like a minimum amount of time because you have to. If you kind of just be like, oh, it got hit, I'm still happy though. It doesn't work that way. Like, be mad about the situation. If you don't like the situation, you're human. Let those emotions out. And then once you got those emotions out, get back on track. You know what I'm saying? Be like, okay, it's time to get back to work. Okay, I need to take care of this. So that you don't drift off. You know what I'm saying? Even for some people, it may take them a couple days to be like, oh, sucks. This is stupid. Yeah. And some people need that. That's completely fine. As long as you get back on track and like take care of stuff and don't let it ruin your whole month. Because a week ain't nothing compared to a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with having a terrible week and 3 good ones. That's like, I'm absolutely cool with that. I'm not sure if anybody else is cool with that, but like some people will take one bad day and have it ruin their month. One bad week and have it ruin their month. Yeah. And like, that's what I think messes people up.
I think there's something that I feel like we both do pretty well. So statistically proven, it takes like 90 seconds for your emotions to like officially like calm down.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit different for some other people, but like in the moment, like you shouldn't react like, oh, this is the end of the world. Like give yourself like a little breather, have a little woosah moment, and just take a deep breath and just think. And all those like feelings will like kind of like dissipate for like that minute and like 30 seconds, and then react, then do what you have to do. Obviously, if you're like super mad and you're the type of person that just holds on to things, it might last a little bit longer. But no, that 90 seconds, you should be able to take that deep breath and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And you'll have a more logical state of mind than the first like 5 seconds, which is, you know, a little fact I learned recently.
It's good having friends. I gotta say that. It's good having friends, family, or is there somebody that you automatically call? Like every time a bad situation happens, I'm automatically calling my brother. Like, bro, you won't believe what just happened. Or I'm like, when I see Kendall, I'm like just dragging my whole past 2 weeks of what just happened, or like my past month. Like, bro, this happened. Like, I'm telling him everything, and like even though it may have happened like 3 weeks ago, I've kind of put like a portion of that bullshit to the side. So that when I see him, I can just like be like, bro, like this is what happened. I'm already over it, but like there's still like some emotion there that I just want to get out and like tell somebody. And like it's nice having friends that you can just kind of talk about and like be like, bro, this happened, this is how I felt, and like they just listen. You don't even get like a response. You just get like somebody be like, oh yeah, man, that's pretty bad. Sometimes that's why I need like, oh, I feel you, bro, that sucks. Like, but everything's cool now. Like, and then I hear how your week been or how your past month been, and we talk about it, and I'd be like, dang, that sucks. And like it's good having that, like that communication of like, you got something to look forward to. Even if it's just talking about how bad your day went, you got something to look forward to talk to somebody about and have them just listen. So if you do have friends, family members that you can talk to, use that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need to vent it off. And that's how I kind of work. Like, I may not give all my emotions there right then and there. But, like, when I talk to my brother later that day, or, like, if I see you, you gonna probably get, like, all the emotions that was pent up in my head whenever that moment actually happened. And if you don't have friends or family, use a journal. Make it something that you look forward to. And, like, kind of put it into a positive note. You know what I'm saying? Having a journal is something nice to have because, like, whenever you're in a good position and you just grab your journal and you just read all like the past stories of like you being frustrated and like what you get in that moment, you just can look back and laugh at them. So that's my best advice with things.
It's cheaper than therapy.
Yeah. That's the FREE special right there.
Nah, but me and Richard, we be talking for like 30 minutes to an hour before we even do the podcast about like what's going on and what we've been doing. And it honestly is like a nice little relief to have somebody else who has problems, but also might have the resolution of problems because they might have dealt with it. And just like, just letting it like load off.
And just talking about it. Like, I don't know why, but like you feel much better. And you be like, wait, I can't wait to see Kendall. Tell him what happened. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see him. Just let him know what's going on.
And like, no matter what we do, unless it's like super out of pocket, like no matter what we do, it's like kind of like a judge-free zone.
Yeah.
Because like, unless it's like, it had to have to be like super out of pocket.
And we know our boundaries. I don't know. We just know each other enough where we're like, we know what to say around each other. We know each other. I don't know how to explain it. I just know Kendall. I know what to say around Kendall and what not to say. Even if I do want to bring it up, I know to be like, yo, this may be something out of pocket, but I gotta ask you this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, don't take this the wrong way, but I gotta tell you this. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. It's just having friends like that, or even family members. Because be honest, the way I talk to Kendall is the way I talk to my family. It's very straight up, very like blunt, because I want like the best for him, and like I want to give my best honesty whenever I talk about situations. So most of the time when I talk about this stuff, this is mainly family, but I know not everybody got the best situation with their family. So having a friend that you can be very blunt with, and they give you like the same type of bluntness back is really good. Because it's nice having a friend who could just be like, oh, like, no, I completely agree with you. But sometimes I need people to be like, yo, Richard, you're wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, how you approach it, but hey, like, I wouldn't have done it that way if it was me. I need to hear that sometimes. So it's good having somebody reflective back to you that's not the same perspective as you. Because I learned some things sometimes talking to you about like some stuff that happened. You'd be like, oh, you could have just done this. And I just be like, well, shit. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have known. But like, it's helpful. Like, I get a lot of my ideas just conversating with him, and we just talk about stuff we see throughout the day, or like, bro, we need to try this. Every business venture you told me to try or like look into, I've dove into it. They told you the results. You know what I'm saying? They've been playing stuff with King will be like, yo, I saw this on TikTok, or like, bro, I saw this rigging this. And I'll be like, I take his word. Like, even if he don't have a lot of research on it, you just kind of like saw it.
Yeah.
I still dive into it.
And sometimes I don't expect, like, you dove into like Turo quick. Like, you probably did like the next day. And I was like, because I was talking to Richard about like, yeah, I'm going to get this extra car. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That's what I'm thinking about doing. It's a thought. Like, it's on the back burners, and maybe I'll attempt it in like the next month. Like, if it's okay with my financial situation and obviously my wife's and whatever. And then next thing I know, hey, yo, I tried Turo. And I'm like,
and my thing is this, because it's good. It's good. Sometimes you do the same with some other stuff that I'll be mentioning. You be like, bro, this is what happened when I tried it. Because whenever people talk about like these cool things that they're doing, or these own business adventures that they're doing, oh, it's super easy. This is all you gotta do. Blah 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 blah. I need to dive in there because I need to know what's the kinks and the stuff that's wrong with it. With me diving into it, I was able to give him some information like, yo, you probably should try it this way, the way you was gonna go about it, because if you do it this way, it's gonna probably be pretty bad. And like, this is how they work. It is very profitable, or it's not profitable. It's not what they say. But I'm a try and error person. You are too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If we got the time to do it, I'm gonna do it and be like, yo, bro, this is what happened to me. You can try it, but that shit didn't work the way I thought it was gonna work.
I think the one that I like dove into hard was like the merchandise, like making shirts and stuff. And I was like, because you're like, you have to find a way to like get the cheapest thing without having 50 million shirts at your crib. And next thing you know, you have 50 million shirts and you're not selling anything. And then next thing you know, I'm like, you
got that print on the demand thing working, which I still think that's like the most genius thing. The people who are successful with it, oh my gosh. I got another thing to talk to you about actually that I'm gonna start this month. That I kind of been having in the works. But a lot of stuff we talk about, honestly, is like trying to develop money while we're sleeping so we can pursue things that we actually want to do. I think I saw something by Mayweather, actually. It was like a quote. And it wasn't even a quote. He was like, yo, everybody's goal should be to wake up, go to sleep when you want to, and wake up when you want to. That should be everybody's goal. And not worry about, oh, I gotta get this money to pay for this, pay for that, pay for that. He was like, people ask me why I work so hard. He was like, I'm at a point where I can wake up when I want to, and I can go to sleep when I want to. I literally do what I want. I work out this hard because I want to. Like, not because I need to, it's because I want to. And like, when I heard that, I was just like, that's very true. Like, most of our things that we're trying to do is try and build a passive income because we want to wake up when we want to and not stress about, if I miss this day working, I won't be able to pay bills. I want to be in a position where I miss 2 weeks working and I'm still straight. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I work hard now. I think that's why we both work hard now because we're trying to put more time into stuff like this and like wake up when we want to and like go to sleep when we want to. Which that stuff is hard, man.
I feel like it's been hard for me the last like month, a little mentally, but like I'm okay with it. Is like being a stay-at-home dad just for now.
How is that going? I know you develop a routine by now.
A routine is where it needs to be. Obviously things change day to day because she's learning. She's starting to do new things. She's starting to teeth. And obviously, if you're a parent or been around a baby who like wants to teeth and has nothing to teeth on, you want to hear it for sure. But no, everything's good. She's a happy little soul. I feel like she's learning quick. She's getting big. Like, it just makes me happy. Like, I just got off the phone with Vanessa before I came over here, and Vanessa's been gone for like a day and a half, 2 days, and she saw my face, I guess, on the phone, and she like had to look like Dad, like where are you? Like, why are you in that? Like,
why are you in the screen?
Why are you in the screen? Like, where are you at? And I'm just like, hi, Vivette. And she's like glowing up. She's smiling and like her eyes are getting all big. She's like, what's going on? Like, where are you? Like, why aren't you picking me up? Come here. Like, and it just like made my heart happy, which is like, it's crazy. It's an amazing feeling.
You can't describe that feeling. You got to be a parent. For all those who want to have that feeling, you got to be a parent. I ain't rushing that though. I'm chilling over here. Man, puppies is something else. Puppies are something else, man.
Tell people about that.
Man, I thought I can handle it, but look, it is not something to joke with at all. Go get you a trainer. Invest your money. Invest into your puppy. Yes. For all those who are like, I ain't gonna pay for no trainer. I'm gonna take the time to do it. If you ain't got the time to actually do it, I mean the time or like the consistency of like getting up and spending 20 minutes a day with your dog to teach them something, invest your money. Go pay that $1,000 for them to go to a trainer and for them to come back and be trained. It's gonna save you so much grief. I'm not even joking. It's gonna save you so much grief. I understand people who are not in the financial stance of doing that. And with that being said, you need to rig up and take responsibility and like get up and do it because it saves stress. I don't know how I can explain it. I come home stressed because I'm like, I know I'm gonna have to deal with Alma. I know this ain't gonna be no normal ass like get some food and go back to your cage so you know Papa can lay down. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be like chasing you around, saying things multiple times. Like, go here, Alma, I'm here, Alma. Shit, like that's all I got to deal with. Yeah. I'm tired of shit, bro.
Because when you got Axel, he was already
sweethearts. Yeah, Axel is the sweetheart of the sweethearts.
Like,
bro.
I remember when I first started training Cadence myself, and you're like, you got to do that, and I'm like, yeah, and you're just like, Axel does this and does that. I'm like, I need to get her like that, and it took time to get Cadence to like be the way she is. Obviously, she's a sweetheart with people. But like training wise, all she really knew how to do was let me know if she had to use the bathroom, which is a blessing in itself.
I can't even get that with her, bro. I literally can't even get, and she knows to pee outside. I can leave her outside for 30 minutes and she come right back in and pee. You know how mad that makes somebody? Bro, I'll be ready to lose my shit when I see that happen. Because I just let you out for 30 minutes, bro.
And every time I see her, she looks so happy. I can just imagine you bring her back in. She's like all wagging and happy. And the next thing you know, she pees.
Oh my gosh. Digging holes, bro. Bro, it's just... Puppies is hard to deal with if you don't have the time. And it's my fault. Let me say this to everybody who's a dog owner. If you're upset with the way your dog acts, it's completely your fault. I take responsibility for it. Like, cause I can't be mad at something that I haven't taught something to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm kind of just talking to it as if it's Axel. Like, Axel gets what I mean. Axel also been with me for a year. Axel was also trained before I got him. You know what I'm saying? So I can talk to Axel like a normal ass person. And he knows, like, oh, this is what he means.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could be like, Axel, chill the fuck out. And Axel would be like, oh, okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Axel, I would, like, yo, chill the fuck out. And she's just like,
what does that mean? Like,
I don't give a fuck. That's how I feel like she looking like, oh, you want to play. And that's what that means.
and I feel like I see Axel like side eye her, like.
And he does. And that's another thing because he's jealous. So he gets jealous because he's like, why are you spending so much time with her? And I'm over here being a good boy. You get what I'm saying? So like the whole time I'm feeding her and he's just like, like you hear him groan. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, chill out. You know she's a mess, man. Come on. So, yeah, for all those people who got dogs, man, train them dogs. Because the last thing, I'm at a point where I'm worried. You know what I'm saying? I feel stressed out when I gotta walk my dog. Or I'm worried that she might get hit by a car. You know what I'm saying? Because if she just gets out, because she's not gonna come back to me. So it's just, oh my gosh, it's a lot. And I talk to my friends about it. They're like, oh, my dog is doing great. Like, you need to try these TikTok videos and these blah 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 blah. I'm like, shut the hell up. This shit don't work, man. I just gotta be consistent, man. Responsibilities.
Yeah. It ain't easy being a parent of kids or of pets.
Responsibility over anything, man, is there's low tiers and higher tiers of things, but like,
but I mean, you do have those like happy moments with them.
Oh, hell
like,
yeah.
Sometimes like it might be those moments, like for example with Julie, she might have those days where her stomach might be upset, and I understand her stomach's upset. But like once I change that like 8th diaper within like 2 hours, I'm like, this is getting a little repetitive. But I like know it's for her. I know it's for her well-being. But it's like, I feel like with dogs, it's kind of harder to like think that in some ways, because you're like, they're just a dog. But then you're also like, for example, Axel's doing well. Why can't you do well?
It's just one of those things where you just gotta kind of be patient and like, because I feel bad too much sometimes. So sometimes I won't even train them a certain way because I'm like, this fucking sucks. This gotta be terrible for them. Not knowing that like the end result of this is gonna be better. So I let them get away with certain stuff because I'm like, oh, like, you know, I want them to live their life enjoying it, not being trained and like worry about working and stuff like that. But like, once you understand that it makes your life easier for the both of us, for me and her, you know what I'm saying? If I take charge and be like, we're doing this, whether you like this shit or not, we gotta do this, and she gets a little bit more freedom, and like she sees that I trust her more, I think things will be better. Cause Axel gotta suffer because of her, which I don't think is fair. But like I'm kind of retraining him and her at the same time so they can work together. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just difficult.
I think when I was having trouble with Cadence, there was this blog. I think it was like How to Be an Alpha or something like that. And a lot of things Cadence was doing was because she wants to be the alpha dog, even if I'm like not a dog. She's like showing her dominance.
And that's why they were saying that my breed is like, if you're not showing you an alpha, it will take over you. And I think that's what she's doing right now. She's like, you ain't no fucking alpha. And that's why I'm like, it's time to put my alpha pants back on.
I mean, pets definitely know like tone of voice. So if you like start changing your tone of voice when you start calling commands or doing certain things, they'll start understanding a little bit more. And there's like different things like I didn't know, which it helped a lot in some ways to like help Cadence like heal or like sit. I would make her wait until I left outside the door.
That's what I started doing now.
Before she can leave. And like it got to a point to where she would wait, and she would wait for me to say something instead of, because it used to be like I'd go and then she'd trail me. But now she like sits and she's like, Dad, is it okay for me to go? Like, and then I'll be like, come on. And then she'll be like, oh yeah. And then she'll even like wait at the stairs and then be like, come on, like, what are you doing? And then she'll like go. But it took a while. I would say it took like a month for me to do that. And then I made it to like a schedule to where I ate with her. So like when I eat breakfast, she eats. But I would always feed myself first. Like I would make my food, make her food, and then I would set my plate down and then set hers down and then eat my food and then she'll come and eat. But before I was feeding her first, like making her schedule, and then I'd eat after her, which pets will notice those like little things. Oh no.
Oh no, bro. I ain't gonna move it.
But yeah, they know.
But yeah, that's enough about Alma. I'm gonna get it. Like this, like y'all you gonna see me keep track with this. Like every other podcast will be like, hey, Alma's doing great from here, because I'm doing this shit. I think I'm gonna implement somehow, because I got more time now, because I'm in more control of my schedule. So there's no more like, oh, I gotta be at work or blah 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 blah. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can take that 20 minutes out and be like, hey, we're about to go walking. You know what I'm saying? We about to work on this. And I feel like it's one of those things, like the more you do it, the better she's gonna understand what to do and like how things work in the household.
Yeah.
My goal is by the end of this year, I could walk with her without a leash and Axel without a leash. I could do it with Axel to a certain degree, but I need to straighten him up as well. But he's getting old. He probably be 4, so he's kind of like, I know you, Richard. Like he's like, I know, Papa. I know what he wants. So like, I know what pisses him off. I know when his voice is loud, I need to come. Like I trust Axel with everything. You know what I'm saying? Alma is she's a little terror. When I get her trained though, when she's good, I ain't worried about no motherfucker walking in my house. Oh my gosh, she a little beast, man. I ain't worried about none of that. She a little beast. Other than that, yeah, responsibilities. It sucks some days. Sucks a lot of days, but it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. I just can't take it, man.
All right, I got this this Twitter thread. So it's 10 things that would have changed my life forever if I heard them 10 years ago.
Oh, wait, 10 years ago? Shit. Bro, I could go crazy with this.
So I'm gonna read the 10 that the dude put. So stop buying dumb shit.
That's the first one?
He put, most people have nothing to show for the last $1,000 they spent. It's a giant waste of important resource. If you're going to buy something dumb, make it sparingly and inexpensive.
Okay. That's very true. That's very, very true.
Yeah, I think about some things I bought in the past. I'm just
that
like,
I don't use.
I don't use that. I don't use this. And I'm just like, kind of. So for the viewers to know, I bought a Switch like maybe a year ago. And I don't play, like the first like month or two, that's all I would play.
I remember when you got it.
And then after that.
And that's when they were popping. They still kind of popping, but that's when they were like 1,000 piece type deal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And you know what's funny? That's how like the Wii's were too. Like when they first came out, it was like, oh, this is the hard shit. Everybody gotta get it. Like Nintendo always does this. You know what I'm saying? They always get like some hot, system, and then it'd be nice for like a year or so, and then like.
Yeah, but now I try to sell it for like a quarter of the price, and people are like trying
cool.
Yeah, it's all right. Everyone keeps telling me to save it for like Julie. When she gets a little bit older, she can start using it.
I don't think by the time Julie gets older, unless you talk about like 5 or 7.
Or I mean, I even have Bella. Bella could.
Yeah, she can use that now. Yeah. I'll give that to her. Because by the time Julie gets like around her age, bro, we don't even know what like games for her maybe get something she just be doing in the air. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll give it a Bella if I was you.
Y'all might catch the Richest Clay in the metaverse one day.
Yes. I've been doing research. I haven't stopped with that. But no, I'm trying to think of what some dumb shit I bought. I bought a lot of dumb shit though. I have. I'm trying to think of like something relevant that could go with this.
No, once I got married, because even like when I first started talking to Vanessa, I would do it, but I would buy stuff for ahead of time to make sure that I had it ahead of time.
I never did that. Yeah, that's a you. That's a you
Yeah.
thing. I don't think I ever. Yeah, my thing. I think my biggest waste of money has been clothes. Like I will spend some expensive shit on some clothes and not wear it ever again. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be like, oh, this is gonna go with what I want.
Yeah.
Other than that, what's some dumb shit that I bought?
I mean, some of it's beneficial. I mean, I bought this camera.
That's what I'm saying. But you got stuff. If it's stuff, I don't think that's dumb.
Well, yeah,
Because it's stuff like that could like make you money.
Yeah.
But that's how I think about it. Like I bought like some expensive phones, but I was like, I know this phone can make me money. Like I know. Anytime somebody gets an expensive phone, I'm like, that phone can make you so much money. It's not even funny. You record and make millions off a phone. So I think of phones, period, because I spend a lot of money on phones. I think that's probably been my biggest investments. But I think phones, period, is an investment more than anything, depending on how you use it. I do so much stuff with my phone, it's not even funny. Like I do so much stuff. Like without my phone, I think a lot of the stuff I do, I won't be able to make an income like I want to without a phone. So, but other than that, like I bought game systems. My PS4 is probably a stupid investment because I use a computer now. But like I still kind of use that for TV. So yeah, I like that though. I do. But then you gotta make a decision. Like, is this some dumb shit? Because 10 years from now, it might be some dumb shit. Yeah. That's why I think clothes is my biggest dumb shit thing that I bought. Because I'll buy some shit and then like maybe not even 10 years later, but like the few months later, I won't even use it.
Yeah, I kind of I feel that kind of deeply because remember when I did the tuna and crackers and I lost all that weight, and then next thing I know, like I'm buying clothes. I'm like, oh, I'm skinny. I could wear this. I could wear that, and now I could barely fit one of those pairs of pants on my leg, and I'm like, what happened?
I feel that way with gym memberships.
Oh yeah,
that's probably my dumbest shit. Bro, I get gym memberships like it's like fucking candy ass store, bro. Like I'm serious. I'll cancel a gym membership, be off it for about 2 months, and then reapply for a gym membership, and then get off of it for about 2 months. I came to the conclusion that the best thing to do if you really want to just have like a good workout gym or like a good spot to work out at is just build your own gym. You in a better position. You got the school. You got the school that you can go to and stuff like that at UCSA. But, like, I don't got anything. I got the little gym at my spot, but that they're finally about to give us our fobs for. So we can actually go into that gym, which is nice. But, like, I think the main aspect about it is that my main issue about the gym is that I never have time. Like, you got to make time to go to the gym. You got to make time to have everything you need. You got to get motivated. That's like a 2-hour process just from, like, getting up and be like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym. And like getting dressed and then going up there, trying to get motivated. Go in the gym with a plan and then change your workout plan because you don't want to look dumb in front of people. Yeah. You kind of want to look like you know what the fuck you're doing. I do that so many times, bro. I'll watch a video on what workout I'm going to do and then I go in the gym and be like, I'm going to do a different workout because there's too many fine females in here. If I do this stupid shit, they going to be like, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah. And then there's days, I wouldn't say I do stupid stuff. Kind of like, my 19-mile hike. Like this whole week, I'm skipping legs. I don't care, and that's a week of money that could go somewhere else.
Yeah, so I think that's my biggest dumbest investment. Like I'd rather invest in equipment that can hold on forever, and whenever I get that mood, because I feel like I'm not in the position where I have a routine with working out. I just kind of be like, oh, I feel like working out these next 3-4 months, and then I work out, and then I slack off. That's how I move. But yeah.
I feel you. All right, so number 2, life isn't fair.
I've always been on that model.
Yeah.
I've always been on that model.
If you grew up in any type of struggle, you already know life isn't fair.
Yeah. My thing is, I remember my dad made me stop. I think when I was 8. I remember it like yesterday. But I used to get in arguments with my dad about like stupid stuff. Like, Dad, this isn't fair. I used to always say that this isn't fair. And my dad's number one response was like, life isn't fair. And this is what he was in the like military with it. So like he was very strong and direct with it. Life isn't fair. He would scream at me. I don't want to hear you ever say that again. And I used to like cry, bro. I'd be like, why you get so mad every time I say that word? And I understand why now. Like by the time I got in middle school, I never used the word fair ever. Because I never expected to get a fair chance. Yeah. Ever. Like, I think that's a good mentality to have. Is stop thinking that, you know, you could change the world into, like, making it fair for everybody. If everything was fair for everybody, there wouldn't be tiers or classes of people. Stuff has to be unfair. So that people who want more to achieve, like, what they want and people who don't care, you know, suffer the consequences for it. It has to be unfair.
Yeah.
If everything was fair, you know, there would be no status to anything. So it makes sense, I guess.
It says, stop trying to make it fair. Go make life unfair to your advantage instead.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all dealt a different hand. It's what we do with it that actually matters. All right. So number 3, go to the gym and never stop. The physical benefits are nice, but the mental benefits are the most impactful. Exercise is an effective form of therapy. It is as necessary as brushing your teeth.
That's very true. I can't even lie. That's very true. And I think the gym is so messed up now for a lot of people, including me, is because people go to the gym for aesthetic. A lot of people, if not everybody, goes to the gym for aesthetic instead of going to a gym just to work out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even think I've gone to the gym just been like, I'm going to work out.
Yeah.
Before I go to the gym, I watch a YouTube video of like somebody's body that I want to look like and be like, oh, what workout is he doing? And then I try to follow his set. So I think that's what hinders a lot of people from going to the gym. Let me speak on me. That's what hinders me from going to the gym a lot because I'm kind of like trying to obtain an aesthetic that I've seen people do. And instead of just like waking up every day and just doing some type of workout or going to the gym helps. And I wouldn't say go to the gym. I would just say have a workout that you do every day. Because there's a lot of stuff where like, you know, I know people who are like ripped and all they do is wake up every day and do some type of workout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They do it for like 30 minutes. And that 30 minutes, they're cool. So even if it's running, if it's like calisthenics, if it's because you have weights in your gym.
I mean, you don't even have to run. Like one thing, I don't know, I always hear it in my head, but it was a conversation we had. But Richard told me as long as you do 3 miles a day, you should be good. Like no matter what, like as long as you know you can walk 3 miles, not be winded, and you're putting in that mileage, you're healthy.
Because you gotta think about it, and I got that from my pops with like building. Like stacking, because I remember he was like, if you want like a strong and developed body, if you want the body that you see people have, he was like, just do 25 a day in the morning and the night. He was like, that's 50 push-ups a day. Within 30 days, you've hit 150. No, what is it, like 1,500 push-ups? Yeah, you hit 1,500 push-ups. So he was like, your body's done 1,500 push-ups in a month. That's more than what people do when they go to the gym, if they're even doing push-ups. So I remember he was like, if you do 3 miles a day, within a month, you just done 90 miles. He was like, you may not feel it that day, but in that month, you're going to feel it. And your body's going to not tear down tissue completely. Like, you won't tear down all your tissue in one day. It will build up and start slowly building muscle. So 3 miles become easier, which you can like work into 4 miles a day.
Yeah. Which
you're starting to stack and build up like how much your body can obtain.
It's like that saying, I forgot what exactly it was. It's like, I don't fear the man that practiced 50 punches in one day. I fear the man that does a punch every day for 50 days.
Yeah. Because it's just going to get better and better and better and better. And the hardest thing is just finding discipline to actually do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I remember I was on it for like 3 months. And I remember I kept getting compliments like, Richard, you getting swole. And I was just doing that method that my dad told me to do. Like I was just doing 25 push-ups a day and like 25 pull-ups a day. And I just did that for like 3 months. And I remember people were like, Richard, you getting swole. And I just stopped. I don't know why I stopped. I just stopped. I just got lazy and stopped doing it. And I was like, oh, I'm going to start lifting weights now. Worst decision I've ever made in my life. If I was to keep doing that till this day, bro, Lord Jesus, I think I would be a whole different man.
I know. So some people have the hard time of actually like showing up. So
the 2-minute rule, is that what you about to explain?
I don't think so.
Go ahead.
So the story is this guy goes to the gym every day. He does his workout every day. But he always sees this guy come in every single day, but he only stays for 5 minutes and then leaves.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I agree so about. Go ahead.
And so one day he kind of got mad and he was like, what is this guy doing? Like, why is he going to the gym for no reason? Like, are you trying to trick somebody? What are you doing? So one day he goes up to him and it's not about him being there for 5 minutes. It's about him being there at all and him practicing showing up and actually going, like taking the time to wake up at 6 a.m. so he can get to the gym at 7. Even if he's not doing a full workout, at least he's showing up. Because then after a while, once he creates that habit,
all you gotta do is just do the work.
Now he has to do the workout, and the habit of him showing up isn't going to be a problem. And
that's what they call it 2 minute. I had the same story. It was just like he was like he going there for 2 minutes, and he was like that 2 minutes turns to 5 minutes because now you're in the building and you're walking around, and then the next time you show up, you're kind of you see this weight, you kind of do like maybe a couple curls, and then you walk out, and he was like that trains your body to being like, okay, this now no longer becomes a chore, it becomes a habit.
Yep.
And once it becomes a habit, you're like you can do anything. So I remember like when I used to like I would wake up and immediately just fall to the floor and try to get my 25 knocked out, and then like walk to the bar and try to get my 25 knocked out, to the point where it became a habit. Same thing with the videos. Remember when I was like, okay, like it's becoming a habit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't feel right now if I don't do them. Once you get that point, I think once anybody gets to that point where it starts becoming a chore, it starts becoming a habit, you won't care about results. Your body's just going to do it because it has to. Like, you have to brush your teeth. Like you said, like, your body's going to have to do it. So when you see the results, you're like, oh, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? However, you get like, oh, this is just from me doing my normal things that I'm supposed to do. So I think that's go to the gym and stop. I suggest to people, stop trying to train for aesthetic. There's nothing wrong of doing that, but like, remember, you're going to get older if God bless you with more days in your life. So being your body up to like look real cool may cause injury that's going to hurt you in the future. So just kind of keep that in mind. I'm starting to do more calisthenics, so when I get older, like my body is still functioning and it's not beat up because of like the heavy weight I've done or like injuries I caught earlier because of the heavy weight I've done. So I don't know. Some advice.
All right. Number 4, your employer doesn't care about you. They will pay you just enough to keep you around and not a penny more. Be selfish when it comes to how you make your living.
I love that fucking line. That's my fuck, man. You know what? I could get an argument, but this girl, I was speaking to this girl, and she was upset with me because I was telling her, you know how I am. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Vanessa. But I always show up late to work. All right. Look, I always show up. If every job I've worked at, I literally show up late to work. Every single one of them. And I ain't talking just like 5 minutes late. That's early. Okay. I'm talking like 15 minutes late. 20 minutes late. And I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I don't know why. But my grandpa always told me, never work harder for an employer than you do for yourself. And my way of taking that was like, okay, well, I'm going to make sure I get me an extra 15 minutes before I go to work, because I ain't going to work harder for this employer than I am for myself. Yeah. And it's stupid. I'm not going to act like it's like the smartest thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I've lost a lot of jobs because of that. You know what I'm saying? But it put me in the mindset of, like, I'm going to work harder for myself regardless of whatever situation I'm at. Now I'm going to work for somebody else because I know the benefit of me doing stuff for myself. I'm going to suffer if I don't show up on time for that. If I don't show up on time for an employer, all right, I might get fired. I can find me another employer. If I don't show up on time for me doing, like, my business, my money, my financial actually really, really hurts. I can find another job within a week. And I think that's another thing I was on. Like, it's easy to get jobs nowadays because of the turnover rate. Yeah. So I can apply today and probably next week have an interview and probably have my money good for, you know, whatever bills I gotta get paid. When you working for yourself, you gotta work that instant moment and, like, probably work for a whole month just so you can have enough to pay your bills and have some income for yourself.
Yeah.
So once I realized that, and, like, I've always been the one who's like, I'm not gonna work harder for an employer. I'm always gonna show up late. And if you go give me some time, I'll just walk out this motherfucker.
I think in the beginning, it used to be really hard for me because, like, I'm gonna want to put like 100% in and maybe a little bit more because that's just how I was raised to be, was to put in that extra 10%. And I don't know, especially working at Oaks, like.
But I showed up late so many motherfucking times. It's not funny.
But what would upset me is, even if I show up a couple minutes late, 5, 10 minutes late, 30 minutes late, the amount of time I put in and, like, the effort I put in compared to, like, a lot of the other employees, like, I could be late every single day, but I bet you I'm still going to be the top leaser. I bet you I'm still going to be the number one person, like, oh, I'm ready to do this, keeping up with you Oaks. I'm going to do this. And there's the next person. They're not doing anything. They don't got one lease under their name. They're not even throwing their events. And I'm doing 5 times what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm still getting paid the same amount.
I'm getting paid the same amount. I'm not getting no raise. If the whole company's getting a raise, they're getting the same raise I'm getting.
And that's the thought I've been in. That's why I don't work harder for an employer than I work for myself. Because I know if I put hard work for myself, I know what benefits I'm going to get out of it. However, I can put hard work right now, and I'm just as expendable as your best employee. Yep. I'm just as expendable. Once I realized that, once I click in my head, and that clicked in my head a long time ago, like when I was in high school. Once I clicked in my head, that I'm like, oh, I don't have to do shit. Because the only time this makes sense is when you're in school.
Yeah.
When you're in school, if you don't do your work, okay, yeah, you're going to fail. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to graduate. So I'm okay with working my ass off there. I'm okay with showing up early and putting my work in because I want to graduate. I'm actually getting something back for how much hard work I'm putting in. When you're working a job, you're getting all a job employer is asking for. At the end of the day, when somebody employs you and hires you, they're literally buying your time. I don't give what anybody says. All they did was buy your time. When you get hired, when I hire an employee, I'm buying your time. I just want you to show up and do whatever the task I'm telling you to do. If I can find a robot who can do exactly what you can do, I will. You're expendable.
Yeah.
I just need something to provide their time to my company to get a task done. That's all an employer is asking from an employee. They're not asking you to show up early and work extra hard and blah, blah, blah. Is it grateful? Yes, it's absolutely grateful. But we just want somebody who's going to keep the machine running. You get what I'm saying?
Why you think all the grocery stores got self-checkouts now?
Because they found a machine that could do it and run 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? All those other people are expendable. Once they find robots who can do exactly what a person can do, that's when shit's gonna get hectic. Because they gonna realize, hey, this is cheaper. I don't really need you. You know what I'm saying? All I'm asking for is time. That's literally all I'm asking for. Which is why some employers is like, oh, we don't want you to be late. But shit, if you go be late and still get the task done now once you get done, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Which
is why I showed up like 30 minutes late all the fucking time. Because they understood, hey, even though I was a late person, even though I showed up late all the time, they knew I was going to come there. So I was still a reliable source to them because they knew that I was still going to show up for work. whether I was late or not. They knew I was gonna show up for work. I will be kept more. They'll keep me rather than the person who shows up whenever he wants to work, because he's not a valuable employee. Because I don't know when he's going to show up, but I know this person's going to show up every day. He's just going to be late. So I'm still getting the time that I'm investing to him here. However, the money I'm investing to that person, he's not giving the time I want. So that's how I think about it. And whenever I get bitched, even the last job I worked, they complain about me showing up late. You know what I'm saying? However, it wasn't a big deal. It was just like, oh, Richard, like, well, I gotta fix your time card again. Because I will work hard. Now, I was a hard worker. Every person can say I was a hard worker. I'll always try my best to like get tasks done. I would just show up late. I'm a heavy sleeper. Shit, I don't know what to say. And it made me feel good inside. I was just like, hey, yeah, I ain't working. To me, it was just like, I ain't working harder for these people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to work harder for myself. It's stupid.
I'm also going to say, if it's your day off and they try to call you in.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's your day off. Take it.
Take your day off. You don't owe a company anything. Hey, for all my people who are currently working for an employer, PTO is a thing. Paid time off is a thing. Use it. Use it. I'm serious. Use it, okay? Before you go a year by and you haven't had a chance to use it. Because they can also deny it. So you better take... If it was me and you got like a certain amount of PTO that can last you a year, I would take PTO every month. Use it. The worst case scenario is that you got a chance to use your PTO while before the year ran out. There's a lot of cases where there's people, the year's going out, and they're trying to use like 69 hours of their PTO, and then as soon as they apply for it, the people are like, oh, denied.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we can't do that. You had all this time to use your PTO. And people are like, oh, I'm trying to save it for when I get sick. Fuck that. When you get sick, man, you're going to have to figure out a way.
Yeah. I think it's funny when I see people post them putting in their like PTO or their sick time, and they're like, nope, it's denied. And it's like, nah, this is my warning to you that I'm taking these days off. So
yo, when I get that for my trip, I was like, I remember I put my PTO in. I was like, hey, so I put my PTO in for my week in Houston. You know, I'm just letting you know. Well, Richard, you know, it might not get approved because of blah blah blah. I was just like, okay. I was just like, I'm just letting you know I won't be here because I'm gonna be in Houston. Well, you gonna be here. The PTO gonna get. I'm just letting you know that I won't be here because I got a trip to Houston.
You're gonna have to put the PTO in because
whether you gonna fire me or not, I'm gonna be in Houston. So I'd rather we do this the civil way and you just press approve on my PTO, or you just gonna lose an employee. Whether or not, you gonna have to make a plan for that week. You know what I'm saying? Which they were cool about, but like I was like, hey, y'all can fire me today. I'm gonna be going to Houston. I'm at least telling you. So y'all gonna have to plan for that. But
talking about grocery stores while it's on my mind.
I saw that.
Walmart, you too grown not to have Apple Pay.
Oh, HEB ain't got it either, bro.
Some do. I swear some do.
Bro, I was at the self-check, bro. I was so upset and embarrassed because I had a lot of food on me. I had like a basket full of food on me, bro. And I processed all of it. And I was like, pull out my phone, bro. I was like, you keep doing it and stuff. I'm like, she's like, oh, we ain't got Apple Pay. I was just like, all right, so I'm just gonna leave this food here. Y'all go like take this back. And she was like, oh, you don't have a card? I was like, no. I was like, y'all should put a sign up that said, Apple Pay. But a lot of them don't. I think restaurants and gas stations do, but that's it.
I don't know.
I don't understand it either. I don't know
have
why.
To step their game up. I feel like they would get a little bit more business.
Yeah.
Because like not everybody holds a card. Not everybody holds bills. So it's like everybody has a phone. For sure,
Walmart need to get that shit together. Because Walmart is like, everybody goes to a Walmart. So, like, for sure, I would expect Walmart to do it.
Yeah. So number 5 kind of goes into number 4 and what we were talking about. An hourly wage is extremely insufficient. I have no hate for 9-to-5 workers, but this is just reality. Build something, anything that can earn while you sleep. It's not as hard as you think it is. That's mold mentality at its finest. But we'll go.
Literally what we're trying to do right now.
We'll go to number 6. Alcohol has no benefit whatsoever. It makes you less productive, increases cortisol, and gives you false sense of security. Most people drink. It's because they are running from something. They just don't want to admit it. This one, I think.
Okay. All right.
I think some people are grown enough to have their own fun. But I mean,
listen,
I guess I agree with the facts. I don't drink myself.
I think he's talking about like a casual drinker. Like somebody who's
talking about alcoholics.
That's what I think he's kind of talking about. That's what I think he's talking about. Because sometimes I gotta go drink for business.
Only drink for special occasions.
Special occasions only. Or if it's an event, like a Houston event,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I may dabble in a little drink or two.
Like if you're on vacation or you
have a good time or something. It's just I hate hearing the perspective I got from what you just said is like, hey, all right, for those who are drinking like it's soda,
yeah,
this is not cool for you because it is like wherever somebody says I have a high tolerance or not, I don't really care. It's still putting an effect on your body. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where he was going with it. However, for somebody to be like, oh, you shouldn't drink at all, even for special occasions or for events. Okay, that's like saying you shouldn't play games because it's wasting time. You shouldn't go to parties because it wastes time, or to on vacation to events because it wastes time. That's the whole point. The whole point of doing this and like going to an event to drink and going to play games is so that you disconnect. You get what I'm saying? That's the whole point of doing stuff like that, so you can have time to disconnect and like just enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't gotta be work. So I think that's the direction he was going in with it. But yeah, I do agree with what he was saying. It's just that if you're going to drink, know what it is for and know the effects about it. If you know that, I think it's fine. Don't party too much. There's people who party too much, but like, yeah, disconnect. It doesn't have to be drinking, but if it is drinking, be careful.
All right, so I see we're almost about done with our time. So,
we gonna finish. I at least want to finish the top 10.
So I think the next 3 or 4 kind of like go with each other. So I'm gonna read all of them and then we'll speak our mind on it.
Okay.
So number 7, cheer for yourself more than your favorite sports team. Number 8, invest early and invest often. Number 9, practice positivity every day. And number 10, not taking risk is the greatest risk.
Well, Kendall get himself together. I mean, we'll get back on the topic wherever he is back. However, you know what I'm saying? I hope everybody's blessed. I hope everybody's good. I hope you wake up this morning and you start at least attempted clocking in for your dreams. We started this a long time ago. I mean, 2-3 months ago, and we talked about you clocking in for your dreams back then. So you've not well within your dream clocking in. I mean, clocking in on time, not being like me with these employers and clocking in late. I mean, clocking in on time. Then hey, start doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't waste your time worrying about these employers and these bills. Well, let me take that back. Worry about these bills. Worry about the employers for a little bit. To pay your bills and stuff like that. But like, basically what I'm saying is clock in for your dreams. Okay, that's the best way I can put it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't clock in for your dreams, it will never happen. Your dreams would just be dreams. They'll just be smoke dreams. I mean, they just go into a smoke cloud and then poof. You know what I'm saying? Nod your head if you know what I'm saying. There you go. Yeah, I know you know what I'm saying. I like you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You do. I don't know how much you gonna keep it in with all this. Oh, you good? You good, brother?
Good.
All right, we gonna get back on the topic. I liked everything he said. cheer for yourself more than you cheer for your sports team? Yes, because if you can't be self-motivated, then don't expect anybody to motivate you more than you. Because there's gonna be a lot of people. I hate to say it. There's gonna be a lot of people, friends and family. Most family be ones who hit the hardest because they want the best for you, who will deteriorate you from going towards your dream because they couldn't accomplish their own dreams. So just because they couldn't accomplish, they don't want you to feel that same defeat that they felt, which is not fair. You know what I'm saying? However, I think that's very, very true. Cheer for yourself, like you're more than your sports team. The only thing I didn't like is he says not taking risks is the greatest risk. I would need him to expand on that because when you're investing into stocks, you're taking a risk. Whenever you decide to run your own business, you're taking your own risk.
Okay, so I'm going to read what it says under the invest early and invest often. So compound interest is the most powerful concept of this entire planet. Buy things that grow or pay you to own them consistently as soon as possible. Do it early enough and work becomes optional real quick.
Very true.
And then number 10, what's under that is not taking risks is the greatest risk. It says never taking a risk is a surefire way to have regret as you age. And then place small life bets that have way more upside than downside.
I agree with that, if that's what he means. Because this is my thing. If you're between the ages of 17 and, I mean, earlier the better. I mean, if you're in high school and you're doing this, like, props to you, real shit. But, like, honestly, 17, 18 to about 25, you should be risking it all the time. You should be risking the fuck out of things. Because this is your time. These risks that you're taking in, it's a lot more easier to readjust. You know what I'm saying? A single person, me being single and having just me and my couple of dogs, I risk. I can shoot. Like, you see me, I be shooting a lot of risk.
Yeah. I
can shoot a lot of risk out and be okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have too much responsibility. My bills threshold is not as high as probably yours will be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to take a serious risk that can have a really, really good upside to it and be okay if it doesn't follow through. Yeah. It may suck for a few months. It may go terribly wrong. However, I'm still within an age point where, like, I can take these risks and it won't be as bad. However, if it goes up, man, hey, shit, I'm up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, like, this is, the younger you are, I do suggest you should take more risks, or the amount of responsibility that you have, you should take more risks. 25 and up, I'm not going to be taking that much risk. Because now I'm trying to develop, you know what I'm saying, either a family. I'm trying to make sure that whatever living style or lifestyle that I have, I can maintain. I'm not trying to take a risk that's going to take away my lifestyle. Because even if I'm single at 25, I need to maintain a status that's still approachable for the woman I want. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, I feel like even if you're like 30 years old, you still have like a risk you can take. You
do, but is it the same risk? Being 30, can you take the same risk at 30 that you could take at 18? I fuck up really bad. 18-year-old me, I fuck up really bad, go back to my parents' house.
You still have there's 30-year-olds that can go back to their parents' house.
Yes, there is.
I mean, it just depends on your special situation, because there could be people in their 40s right now who want to do what we're doing, making a podcast all about positivity, and they dive straight in. They have the risk of...
But what's the risk with making a podcast? This goes terribly wrong. What happens, Kendall? Our life don't change. That's not a risk I'm talking about. I'm talking about a risk like he says investing. I'm about to put a portion of my savings into this stock.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because they say it's go boom in the amount of 3 months. I put a portion of my savings in the stock.
Dogecoin.
You know what I'm saying?
That it went up, had so much positivity, and the next
Yeah. So I put my money into Dogecoin. I kept it. I didn't decide to pull it whenever it went up. I was like, oh, this shit gonna still go up. All that shit plummet. All my money's gone for that. So I just lost a portion of my savings.
Yep.
And then I decided I want to transition jobs. Now I'm in a tough spot as a 30-year-old. Because as a 30-year-old, there's going to be certain shit that I'd be willing to do. Because you know what? 18-year-old me, I'm still willing to DoorDash. I'm still willing to hustle. You know what I'm saying? I got energy. 30-year-old me may not have that same energy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Invest what you're able to. Obviously, investing in like stocks and stuff, it comes with its risk. It's like gambling.
It is a gamble. That's literally what investing is.
But I think if you get like a mutual fund or a Roth IRA or something like that where you're consistently investing and like your money's going that way, I think that's a little bit way of investing. But other than that,
30-year-old me will probably do a Roth IRA and your mutual fund invest. 18-year-old me will probably do stocks. Because my whole point with it is like, there's 30-year-olds who at a certain living status where they can take bigger risks. And I completely understand that. However, I know this for a fact, and this just is me because I hang out with the older crowd. You know what I'm saying? Your priorities, whenever, and this is not even based on age sometimes, you could be really young and have a lot of responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? But like your priorities from when you're like 25 and up, compared to when you're 18 years old, 25 and below, it's so different. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. So when I hear somebody saying taking no risks is a great risk at all, that's no. You need to take risks. You need to, and sometimes taking risks is just like putting your effort into it every single day. You know what I'm saying? But you have to take risks if you want to be successful. There's not one businessman who is not considered a risk taker. A strong one either. Every business you see out there, all those people who own them, those are all risk takers. Unless, they came into it with family. But even then, they're still taking a risk because they got to maintain it. Mm-hmm. Which is why they get paid more than the employee. There's no risk at being an employee. All you're doing is giving your time. That's literally all you're doing, which is why it's the safest route to go, and it provides the most security per se. However, being a businessman is the biggest risk you go ever take with anything, which is why it has the highest benefit, and it's pretty much no security. You gotta be on that shit 24/7 to make sure it's still running. So it's just kind of deciding what side you want to take, because some people don't want to take that risk. Some people just kind of want to maintain security and just like, live their life day by day and like work a 9 to 5 if they want to. There's just nothing wrong with that. Like if you enjoy your job, I know people who absolutely enjoy their job. Like they enjoy it to the fullest. Yeah. And they work a 9 to 5 and they enjoy their life. That's the main goal of anybody, and that should be the main goal of everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't want like millions of dollars and I'm miserable as fuck. I would rather work 9 to 5. I'm happy every single day.
It's kind of like Matthew McConaughey. He probably doesn't have to work another day in his life, but he's a professor at UT Austin.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Why do I know that name?
Because he's a famous actor. That's why. Hey Siri, show me Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew David McConaughey is an American actor. He first gained notice for his supporting performance in the
So he is a professor for UT?
Mm-hmm. Which was considered by many to be his breakout role.
Are you serious? I've been wondering why I always see that motherfucker at the damn games.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why.
Man, fuck.
Imagine like showing up to class as like,
I'm getting taught by Matthew McConaughey, bro.
There's probably
I can see it be like, all right. Now we're going to get. I can't. What does he teach? What does he teach?
Hey Siri, what subject does Matthew McConaughey teach?
Okay, I found this on the web for what subject does Matthew McConaughey teach. Check it out.
Don't say me like some stupid shit like math. Don't tell me this motherfucker shit math.
He practices at the Moody College of Communication.
That fits so well, bro. Bro, I've bet you there's so many females who take that class that is not even part of their major. They just be like, I just want to be in class with him.
I feel like there's probably like some type of like limitations to like who could take the class. Like he might be like an upper division where you need to have some type of prerequisites or something.
Because everybody applying for that motherfucker. God, that's dope. And there's certain people, and you know what that says is this: he's worked hard enough, and he's developed an income, a passive income strong enough that he's able to do what he wants to do. That's literally what that shows. Which is why I'm saying, like, if you're young, work your ass off. Take risk. Take risk now, work your ass off, so that when you become 30, 35, 40, you're not working hard to make up for that past time. You know what I'm saying? You're literally doing work that you enjoy. And you're enjoying life. Because that's my main goal. I'm not no money dude. I don't want all the money in the world. I'm not trying to get all the money in the world. I want to be in a position where I can enjoy life. Because I could die tomorrow, or I could die like 30 years from now. I want to try to work as hard as I possibly can so I can enjoy the little bit of years that God may provide to me, or the vast amount of years that God may provide to me. That's my only goal in this. So for y'all, like, my best advice, if you young, take risks. First, follow that 10-step thing that dude has, because that's very...
Let us know in the comments. Go ahead and like. Let us know which advice you feel the most valuable to you.
100%.
And we'll go ahead and comment.
Yeah, I've been hard in them. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't hard in them, Kendall, makes up for my forgetfulness. But expect to see us more. I mean, y'all still been seeing us. We still been posting. But expect us to get back on our trend and see different types of videos. I know y'all seen them Omegle Joys and stuff like that. We're starting to get that put up. And the grind doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? We still in it. Thank you for watching our newest episode of The Richest Clay.
Make sure you follow us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor, where you should leave us the highest review, which is usually 5 stars.
You can check out our YouTube channel as well. We can subscribe, like, and
make sure you talk to us nice.
Thank you, Kendall. You can also leave a comment as well. But most importantly, you can check out our website, which would be www.therichestclay.com.
That's where you can find all of our links for everything. You can find our merch and our about pages where you can go ahead and leave us a message. We love y'all. Peace.